Well, howdy folks. Special edition, new member of the family. Hopefully gonna help us get some work done around here on the property. Just picked her up. Welcome home, Mr. Tractor. Welcome home. Safe and sound on the ground where she belongs. Thank goodness. Well, step one is done. It's off the trailer and it runs. Blade goes up and down. So what else could you want, right? It's got some things that'll need attention. Grossness. That's not right. But it's got some good features too. Some things that I was looking for in a tractor. First thing I was looking for in a tractor was cheap. So we got that covered. Some of the extras on this tractor that came along with it, aside from the plow in the front, is it's got these wheel weights on the back. Came with chains for the rear tires. That's going to help us with plowing and pulling. It also has a pulley PTO off the side of it, so we can run pulley implements off the front. I would love to get a buzzsaw for this thing at some point. I think that would be really cool. And there's a number of other things you can run with that pulley. The third thing is this is a 1950 Cockshutt, which is a Canadian-made tractor. Down there in the US, you may know them as Co-op E3s. These guys were made in Ontario just after the war. And their claim to fame is that this is the first tractor with a live PTO. So, without further ado, let's have a look at some of the details of the things we're going to have to deal with this tractor and get into it. This is the air intake, and when I picked it up, it did have a cap on it, and when I arrived here at the land, no cap. So that's going to need some attention because we don't want to get a bunch of rain and stuff in there. There is another air filter further down this tube, but there's a primary filter that sort of happens here. So I'm going to need to buy one of those and get that replaced. For now, just to keep the snow and rain out of it, we got that dealt with. Now, the other thing I noticed when I was looking at the video of pulling this thing off the trailer was, yeah, that's a little, yeah, oh yeah, that's, yeah, rusted. Wow, that's, okay. So that's gonna need attention. Maybe let's get this hood off and have a look under there and see what's what. So I believe this is a one-wire alternator, which is really what you want to use on these old tractors when you convert them to 12 volt. But we still don't seem to be getting charged, so we're gonna have to figure that out. This may have something to do with it. We'll have to look at some wiring diagrams and see, but that looks like it goes all the way back to well, the amp meter for sure, and the start switch, and then back again to, yeah, starter maybe. Yeah, wiring's gonna take a little while, so let's leave that for the minute. All right, first things first, let's do the easy part. Let's re-grease this whole tractor top to bottom. This could take a bit. So the hydraulic tank is not a Cockshutt original, but instead is a old fire extinguisher that's been turned into the hydraulic tank, but that's okay. The only problem is they didn't put a drain plug on it, so I don't know what fluid is actually in there, if it's actually hydraulic fluid or some guys will use automatic transmission fluid. So I don't know what's in there, but we'll have a look and see if we can see if it's full at least, and go from there, I guess. But there's it with the whole hood off, starting to get in there. So this is the oil that came out of that air filter. Yummy! Look at that, delicious, cruddy grossness. Beautiful. So we'll clean all that up and fill that with some fresh oil. Put that air filter back together. Now I opened the transmission filler, and the transmission check hole is here, and it's good height-wise, but it's all milky and looks like coffee with creamer in it. So that'll have to be replaced. That is a whole bunch of transmission oil that I'm gonna have to buy. Well, that alternator definitely needs fixing. Just tried to get her fired up to get the chains on here, and wouldn't start. So that battery's gonna have, or the battery's fine, but this shaky old alternator, not good. It's gonna need to be replaced. Or looked at. Definitely needs a new brace so that it's not flopping all over like that. It's gonna break itself free. But got a few things done today, so that was good. Mostly it was an introduction to see what needed to be done. So now we got a better idea. We also found out that the blade tilts. So that's pretty cool. You just pull these pins on either side, and it'll tilt back and forth. So that was something I didn't realize, and now is awesome. Oh my! That's not right. See if that coolant's doing me any good. 127.5. But only about minus 22 degrees Celsius or about minus 7 degrees Fahrenheit. That'll do for the rest of this year, but we're gonna have to change that out before next winter for sure. It'll do for now. I had mentioned that my cap went missing while I was on the road heading home. So I finally got a new one. Not sure it's quite the right size. No, a little small. Perfect. Ala Vice Grip Garage. Shout out. I tend not to shoot enough.
Because you're busy.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm kind of doing the thing. I know. Dude, jobs take 3 times as long. It's ridiculous. It's like this is
camera for him. If only he knew people. Thank God you're here.
Burgers chain.
Burger chain. It's all about the burger chain. Where's my beer?
Where's my beer? I think we're out of beer. Are we out of beer?
I don't know. Oh, we're running late.
I think we're out.
Probably out.